And we're back. Last episode was interesting to say the least. And so this episode we've got to search for some more salvage. We did get, well, actually, you know what? I was thinking we were going to search for more salvage, but we still got so much to scrap off of this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and scrap. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we extended this back because I wanted to, well, first of all, I realized when we did the resave, first of all, it did not resave the wheels. What I want to do is, we can't really add another set of wheels because, again, under Scrapyard rules, we got to find some wheels. So, but here's the thing I was thinking. Wheels, I always kind of figure, is the gimme. Something you can always get. Because it's not easy to find them. And we have to have a way to get around to be able to do what we do. So, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and for the Scrapyard rules, as much as I'd like to just salvage, I think we kind of have to have that. Thrusters and stuff like that we'll have to get for aircraft. But wheels we should be able just to build. So that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision on my Scrapyard rules for that. Just because it's just kind of really essential, honestly. So let's go ahead and get another set of wheels. I mean, we could drive around and try to find a set of wheels so we can extend our vehicle. We could leave the vehicle the way it is, chop it off, and finish it up, and then use the rest of this material for the base. I mean, we could do that. And hopes that we could find some wheels to extend the vehicle. Well, you know what? We're gonna keep. We're gonna table the discussion of the wheels. And for now, let's just move these back. We'll leave the center wheel spot in place. But because we can always put it up on blocks. But I think that I definitely want to make this longer, and we'll make for a greater wheelbase, which is also very nice. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just grind off the wheels that are already in the back and then go from there. So we'll set that one there. And let's go ahead and set our right wheels in place here. And then, because I really want to have that back portion set up correctly. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start by cutting this one off. And we'll get this welded up. Wow, I'm impressed at how it's just sitting tight so well. Yeah, it's probably... you know what I just realized? Those wheels aren't going to be able to support that weight very well if I don't adjust them. So, let's go inside here and go ahead and adjust the strength and whatnot so that, you know, we don't have a serious problem. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's jump in here. First of all, our wheel section here, we want to add the new wheels to it. And then let's go ahead and unify these things. And we'll bring the speed limit down to 122. All right, cool. We may want to actually put, you know what I was thinking? We don't really have a gyro built on this thing, and we kind of really need one. we should get one of these things built up. And where would be a good place to put it? Probably up here would be a good spot, actually, like right about here, maybe? Well, the first priority, of course, is to get as much salvage off of there as we can, get that in position, and then we'll go from there as far as the rest of it's concerned. We're going to go ahead and take this off. Okay, now that that's set, we've got a wider wheelbase. That's good. Yeah, much wider. That's nice. Alright, cool beans. Now let's take a look here. Okay, you know what else we need? We need to have access to... I would like to have access to some things here. Well, first of all, let's dump the steel in there. Yeah, we got a few extra things. Let's go ahead and fill up first before we head out. So let's go ahead and get over here. We might as well take down a bunch of this. Oh, wait a minute. We need to have cargo containers to put this stuff in, don't we? Okay, well, we got stuff we need to weld anyway, so... Oh, wow, that's right! I forgot these are all heavy armor. That's going to be nice getting those grids in place. Now, I always like to do the wheels, if you can, in heavy armor, but... and for the interest of trying not to weaken the structure, I chose not to do that this time. And I would like to swap it out at some point, but it's just too much right at this moment, so... Alright, let's get this stuff welded up. All right. Yeah, we are pretty full, aren't we? Some of that stuff we'll get out of there, but... yeah, the vast majority of it, though, is going to end up sitting there. Huh. Well... eventually, we will find what we need. Now, this entire facility I want to scrap down. So we're going to do a lot of grinding this episode, guys. Because I want to get this whole thing scrapped down. We need those components because ultimately I want to have a base. You know, we're not going to be doing the mobile base thing. I want to be able to have a nice little base. Alright, let's go ahead. Since this is mostly all steel, we might as well get our bumper built up. I always find it's important to have a bumper. Saves you on hassles later. We do need to get the other one in there, and we need to weld that up too. But those are all things we're going to have to fix later.
energy.
Uh-oh.
Low health.
Yep. That's why we're at the survival kit. We'll get the hit points up. Well, here I am thinking about other games. Health points, I meant. As you can see, once upon a time, I did play another game. I'll sit here, and that'll build up a little bit faster. Alright. So we've got some materials in here, so we're going to move these materials. One change to the scrapyard I do want to make. I know it seems like something silly that, you know, we've got these passenger seats, but I think that you should be able to build other forms of containers that are like the regular crates and the barrels. I think that those should be able to be built, because you're not always going to find them. So, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's take those off. I don't know, the aesthetics of it. Okay, so this whole area back here is going to be like our area of for our salvages. I want to be able to set those up back here, and that would widen out the inside area as well. I think at this point we're definitely going to need to do some work on the livability of our rover here. So we're going to work on that too. Let's get this put in place. Alright, now we do have, well, here's the problem is you know, we can't do this. So having any kind of hydrogen is kind of a waste. So probably an oxygen tank, but it's not really necessary in this vehicle because we have, well, actually it is necessary because if I remember correctly, Mars does not have any atmosphere that you can pull oxygen from, I don't think. So we're gonna want that oxygen tank in here. So that could be something that might be a good idea. So, that might be a good thing to get installed. Maybe have it right on this side, because this is the line here. So maybe put it right here and have the oxygen tank right here, and then we could fill it full of air and we'll be good to go with air even if we don't have any ice. And that might be smart actually. So let's do that. The question is, which one do I like? I really like that the lab stuff. I think the lab stuff just looks just so dang cool, you know? This lab oxygen tank, I think it's just so cool looking. No, not that. I accidentally hit the wrong button. So if we put this in here like this, and then we move the H2O2 gen back towards it, we could, with the materials we have available to us in this facility here, we can actually rearrange the inside of this to be nice that way. Now, do we want to have this part on the side all the way like that? Yeah, probably. So maybe we'll have this area be like a cargo area. This area here will be the salvage area. And then, so right here will be the defining line. We have this entrance place here, so probably have a turning, we'll have a turn here. Maybe have an airlock situation right here. And that airlock situation links into the, oh yeah. Actually, you know what? If we take this a passage straight into an airlock that airlocks out to a room here, then that can airlock out, that can be a passage straight out that way. And then this can be into the main structure. So, I mean the main vehicle. So what I'm thinking here is this can be like a cargo area. If we get cargo containers, additional cargo containers, we can line them up right here, and that sets the weight amidships, so to speak, which I really like that idea. And then we'll put any other. I want to have at least one other battery, and our power will be forward, and that'll put the weight forward for that too. So yeah, we're gonna need to get some components to do that stuff. But in the meantime, I want that oxygen tank. We're gonna set it up over here. And we're going to do the the lab oxygen tank. We'll just set it right like that. That's fine. Let's see here. The thrusters for sure. Now, one thing I'd like to do is for everything that's salvaged, I'm going to make it rusty. I don't care if it originally was rusty or not. I feel like it kind of keys it in that it's a salvage item, so I don't get confused with anything. Not that I think I would, but it's just, I don't know, the aesthetic of it. So there's that one. We'll get this one too. And then we've got our beacon. Now the beacon, I kind of think we need to have it in here, so we're gonna put it in here somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe have it on top somewhere. So I think I'm gonna actually put that right here for now. Well, actually, you know what? No, let's just put it back here in the salvage. We'll be good about that. We'll put it on the side here. How about that? Only because I want it out of the way, but I also don't want to, you know. Alright, and then we have the custom turret controller. We definitely want that. So let's go ahead and, let's see, under weapons. Where are you, weapons? There you are. Yeah, we definitely want to put that. We're going to put that on this side here, like that. And we'll leave this part open for walking around, but we definitely want to, I definitely want to put some safety gear out that way so we don't get in trouble. We're going to use both of those. And then this door, I'm going to put this door back here. Only because I feel like we're going to get the two doors off of that structure, and I think those will do just fine, so. Alright. And back to gray we go. And I do a clean gray. Okay, now, the gyros. I want to get those placed because, oh yeah, that's right, we have our battery here. I want to get those gyros placed because I want to be able to be in a position where we can just grind them in, you know. So probably, well, we have this here. I want to leave that put where it's at, so maybe we'll put a we'll put it on this side here. Well, maybe I'll centerline it and put it right there. Well, we might want to connect those two, but I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think we might want to rotate that around, and I'll tell you the reasoning behind that. Because remember I said I wanted to have all the cargo containers in a row, and I think that the row is going to go, let's see here. This is the separating wall here, and we're probably going to set them across here. And that way we've got this area space open in case we need it for something. So if we're going to do cargo containers across here, then we're going to want to put, well, that's power right there. We're going to rotate that. You know what? Doesn't matter where we're going to put these. So we might as well put them back here. One right there. And we'll put one on the other side. We're going to do 2 gyros because, honestly, I think it's smart. One. And the second one goes here. Actually, no. Second one's going to go over here. Which kind of messes with our whole plan for doing the passageway thing, but I have an idea on that, so. Well, actually, yeah, actually, I think it might be smarter to do it this way. Honestly, yeah. All right, and we'll take this one out. Put this on there, and then we'll put this on here.
Energy low.
Alright, cool. And then this, see this here, I could actually, if we did this right, we could put that right up against here and just do plates. Or actually, you know what, that would be a nice little spot to stash something if we wanted it, like a, well, no. Yeah, we're gonna put it right here. Actually, you know what we could do? Why not? Just attach it here. I mean, there is something kind of cool about that design, so let's do that. And that, oh, you know what? There is one thing we can make, a refill station. And this would be a perfect spot for it right out here with the salvage. We just have our walkway between the salvage right here. Although, I think we could probably get away with, well, we might want to have big, heavy salvage here. Ooh, actually that's true. Something heavy and big. Yeah. Actually, I think it should go right here. I know I keep bouncing back and forth, guys, but I'm just trying to picture in my head how I want this to go with different types of salvage. And I think this is going to be perfect just like that. Oh, wait, nope. I don't want it up like that. I want it down. There we go. Well, now I'm thinking if I leave it like this, I might as well just... Well, no. Oh, hell. We might as well just leave it a regular oxygen tank.
Energy critical.
I know I'm bouncing around and making it, you know, there's a lot of thought in here, but... Yeah, this is probably best. Now if we do that, we can move... We can take this... Now if I do these, I still have the passageway here. And then I can put leave this where it's at. What would I put here? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe... Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, I see what I can do. We're going to have a conveyor line up above. And that's going to connect over here so we have our turret in the front. But I'm thinking a couple of smaller turrets Oh, we do have that big gun. So we might want to do 2 more elevated turrets that... Oh, you know what? We could do side-mounted GATs on the back side here, and then have the main gun on the top, and that would work really well to cover the areas on the sides. Okay. Yeah, and if we did that... Alright. Really? I know, I'm wasting so much time worrying about this sort of thing. It's kind of crazy, but it's how it goes, guys. It's how it goes. Alright, so let's get started with the rest of this. We need to get this chair out of here. And there we go again, sitting on stuff. Okay. Now, in keeping with what I had in mind, let's go ahead and set up a crate. Components for construction. Let's see, do we got some more in here? We do. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's see, do we got... not enough. Okay, well, we'll still set one up here. This will be for the other chair. We'll drop these materials off in here. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get this emptied out, and we'll move this box over too. Now we kind of got things set up in a sort of the way that we want to do it. I was also thinking that from this point forward, probably shouldn't be doing any kind of, well, I think that I want to have it so that we can't claim a grid, because then if we do that, we'll end up camping out there. So my thought is that this will be the last one we'll claim, everything else we won't. So let's go ahead and get this salvage stuff taken care of. We're going to take this. These guys are going to hate us. There's no getting around that. But, well, yeah, they're going to hate us. So that is the danger of doing an active salvage operation on a owned grid. So it's going to make life interesting for us if we want to do business with them. Alright, we got 2 doors. That's good. I can use some of those. Alright. Now, the tricky part. That's what I was afraid of. I wonder if I can do... Yeah, that's a lot of ice. Now, what is over here? Ooh, an H2O2 gen. Okay. And you've got good gravy. Look at all this ice, guys. This is insane. Alright, so we're gonna take all this stuff. All this piping out of here. Alright, and then we're gonna go up here. Now, let's see here. There was some items in here. We'll take those out now too. And we'll take those, the lockers. Anything that's storage, you know. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Didn't see that coming. Alright. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do here... There we go. Now we can get to those up there. Meanwhile, let's grab some more. Alright, cool. Okay, back we go. Let's go up here and get some more stuff on. We got our 2 doors. That's good. We got a bunch of components that we're going to need. That's good too. Alright, so... now we can get our things situated here. We did grab those windows. Those are going to be nice too. I do want to install some windows on this thing. Just some small ones on the sides, maybe. I like those recessed windows too that are like bunkers. Those are kind of cool. Alright, let's see. We want this right here. Nope, we want the door. Now, they had a different style door, but the way I see it, a door's a door. Now we got 3 doors, so we got the door for there. That door's gonna go there. And then we got the door for here. And then right here is where we'll put a fan. How many fans are there in there? I think there's 2. I think there's a couple of them. I see one right there and another one over there. Okay, good. That's good. So we'll get the fans next, but first... Alright, you come in there. Alright, cool. Let's get a passage. Well, actually, you know, we don't really have to have a passage. Ow! Because we can cover this over with steel plates, so that's not a problem. Let's grab this. And that's going in here. Alright, cool. That's good. Now we've got the lockers we need to get put in place. We got 2 of them. Now, here's going to be cargo containers. So, that being said, you know what I really think we should do? I really want to put that side, yeah. And we're going to put the other gyro here. I usually like them to be on the opposite sides of each other, but I really like that to be there because I'm going to take that and I'm going to put this on here facing back, and that's going to allow for more cargo capacity, and we'll have cargo all the way across there. We'll have the fan that pulls air out from there, and then it'll connect, and we'll have the 3 cargo containers because there's 2 in there, and we have one over here. And then that one we're going to keep here, and then we'll run conveyoring across the tops of all these. Let's go ahead and get our stuff set up here a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's get these. Where are we gonna put them? Why not put them on either on this side, right over here? Yeah. Oh, actually, this can be like a sleeping area, and then we come over here, and this is we've got this little control panel down here, so this would actually not be a bad place to put stuff, but we do have that there. Ooh, actually, I've got some ideas here. Okay, so we're gonna put it here. Okay, I see how we're gonna do this. I got a plan now, guys. Okay, so we're gonna take these two lockers. I must have taken that computer component. It's okay, that's why we have this. Alright. Now we've got that that curves like that. But this one here, what if we did a window here? One of the new ones. Let's see. Like that right there. One there like that, and we'll put one on this side here too. Right here. And we've got glass. A whole lot of glass, actually. And that way we can see out, be good to go. Let's see here. And this will be a staircase up. Alright, we're gonna go over here to the... Let's see, where is my... There it is. Wall light, pillar, oh yeah. Be consistent, we will have to go with the pillar. Okay, why am I having such a problem? Alright, that's in place there. Alright, those are all good to go. Yeah, I've got more construction components, so we can get started running along here. Now let's see here, right on that side, so right over here. Those would be glass windows. Alright, and then on this side here, we'll cover this. So I'm thinking, oh, we don't have any interior plates on this. No, we don't. Okay, no problem. We'll dump a few more components into here, into there, and into that. Okay, cool. So that sets those up just fine. I'm not gonna switch this over because, well, yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna set that right over here. Because at least we can start filling it up with materials. Alright, let's get the rest of this stuff. I don't remember if it hurts you to jump out of here or not. I bet it does. So I keep thinking, oh, I'm just gonna do a superwoman leap off the side, and that would be bad. Nope, that's gonna be toast, and we'll dump all those off. And actually, we'll run this over here. I mean, they do have some interior plates in that pocket, so. Okay. That's good to go. Alright, let's head on back down. Now, here's the trick. Jump down here. Now, if we're coming back up, we'll just come up this way.
Meteor storm inbound.
And we can do that, so that's what I'm aiming for. Alright, let's go get it. Ah, nice! We have sunshine, and there's a rock back there, but we can't do anything about it, so no sense fussing over it. Alright. Is that seriously what I think that is? Holy mackerel, a hydrogen tank. Well, good news is it's a tank. Bad news is unless we're flying something, we can't use it. There's a lot of outbuildings too, now that I think about it. We got this outbuilding. Is this stuff still it is still floating there. That is the freakiest thing ever. Okay. It just occurred to me that this was sitting here, guys, and then I'm thinking to myself, this is just floating here. Like, why? Like, can we just sit it there? No. We need to get this. So usually I do like this thing where I hash mark it, like rotate it. But this time I'm not doing that because honestly I just kind of want to get this stuff off of here and get it salvaged. The question is what's gonna fall when I grind it down? That's the thing. So we got a parabolic antenna. Let's get going. Alright, we got a beacon. This is good, because we'll save a beacon for our base, and then we'll... Now, scrapyarding with the large grid, I have discovered, is a little more complicated than a small grid in a way, but also pretty dang cool in another way, too. Usually I like to use smaller grids for it, and I recently figured out a way to do my scrapyard rules with a small grid that's way easier than a large grid, honestly, as far as parts. You just put the small grid version on the side of this thing and then you dump all the materials. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our salvage color up. I was going to make it a walk behind here, but forget it. So we're going to go ahead and set our, we're going to put our beacon there, and then We have a parabolic antenna, or just basically any antenna for that matter. Alright, so let's go ahead and...
Energy critical.
Alright, and then what do we have left? Some steel plates? Okay, cool. Yeah, we need those fans. Alright, there we go. We need a, oh hell, what do you call it? A recharger. That's what we need. I'm kind of spoiling myself with this whole, jumping down there like that, but it's kind of nice. Alright, let's get over here and finish getting the rest of this. Wow, the wind is picking up a little bit, it seems. Little Martian sandstorm action going on. An action relay. I haven't done anything with those yet. I don't really... We're gonna have to... I should experiment with those at some point because I really don't know what they are for. I just strip them down for components usually, so... Alright, we're gonna get those components in there, and the other will be used for our other beacon. You know, that's a good spot for the beacon for this vehicle to be in, so I'm gonna put it back there. And I'm gonna slap this beacon right here. It's not gonna matter because it's still gonna be airtight. And let's see what we got. Do we have... Yeah, we do have some components. So let's grab what we got here. I'm actually going to grab those and start going around welding some stuff. It just seems kind of silly to me to have these things sitting here unwelded. Alright, we'll drop this off in there. There's another one of these. Well, we'll use the other for that. Well, it just occurred to me we might as well use the materials we have. I mean, we've got materials here. We might as well use some of them. And alright, now we head back down and open the door. Alright, now we're going to get those fans. I like the pipes. Definitely going to have to put those on there. Okay, these... I think we're going to go up top. Now Yeah, those are big ones. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen a heat vent with one of those on top. I like the idea of those, and we are definitely putting smokestacks on our vehicle. An event controller will definitely take that. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. I just noticed something, guys. We're hungry. So we need to get back to the vehicle and see where our crisps are and what kind of food supplies we might have. Alright, up we go. I thought we had crisps. Well, we have fruit, so we'll munch on those for now, but we've got to get some food situation sorted here. Alright, so let's get our event controller in place. I was going to put it right here, but I feel like I don't want to do that. We'll put the event controller right here. And that way it can provide some of the seal. I know it's upside down, I can tell. The vents are always on the bottom of these things. Alright, cool. Now we got that in place. We'll be able to set up some automation on this thing too, which is going to be really cool. Okay, so the we want to get oh, you know what I think I'm going to do here? Well, let's get the vent in place first. I want there to be a vent in here to take the oxygen out, to provide a proper airlock seal. So let's do that. Okay, there's our air vent for that. We can set another air vent up here to provide, you know, some air into the vehicle, and we'll do that here in a little bit. The other thing we got off of that was the smokestacks, and oh yeah, we are so doing smokestacks. So what I need to do is we need to actually make. Why am I running in there? I need to be. Come on, quit lagging. I want to get up here, so what we're gonna do, so this is what I want to do, guys. I'm thinking I want to get up on top here first of all, and I want to put the smokestacks right here, both of them. But I'm thinking I want to do them on. I don't want to just set a smokestack there. I want to put smokestacks on something. So what I was thinking was we do one of these. Like this. And we go like that. Or how do we got that? Nah, that's not gonna work. I was thinking using one of these. I thought it looks kind of cool. Yeah, like right there. Oh, we need interior plate for that. Okay. Oh, we don't have interior plates in there, huh? Okay. I know we got some in here. Alright, well, we're at it. Might as well. Yeah, okay. Even though I'm surprised, it didn't have. Yeah. You're hungry for more food. Oh, wait. Oh, what are we... Ah! We're being cooked!
Energy critical.
Sunshine's got us, guys! We gotta get a lid on this thing! We're gonna have to move it back because of the situation with that other. And we also need to figure out where we got more food because this is going to become a problem. Where do I got more food? I swear I saw some food in here somewhere. Ah! There was food here, right here. Oh, we have to wait. Okay. Alright, so let's do this thing again here. Instead, we'll put it like that. And this one here, we'll do it in the same spot. And then we'll do one of these and one of those right there. And we'll do that straight across. Alright, cool. And that accomplishes a couple of tasks. It gets us high enough, I think I can get that smokestack on here. Come on, where are you at? There you are. Perfect. And then we can do... Where's our light armor? Right here. And then I was gonna put... Ah! Getting fried, getting fried, getting fried! Now I was thinking that is going to be good. We just get these straight across here. Okay, let's run back out. Get some sort of roof on here. We get to go. I know I wanted to put a weapon system, but... Alright, so we're going to come out here. And we're going to set our ramp right here in front of this. Actually, no. Just set right there. Okay, cool. And this means we can run up here, do this stuff real quick. A really quick run back in here because we're going to get fried again. And I'm thinking we do this one up to that level there, and then we could start doing some stuff like all kinds of things. We want to do a conveyor line. Actually, I kind of wanted to conveyor these in, but it's going to be tricky with that. Let's see here. We did get that heat exchanger, but we don't need that. So we'll use that to get this tank in place. And then, let's see here. I want to, how do we gonna convey? Do a conveyor line for this up to there. Just do a center line conveyor, I think. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. Because I need to have that access. You know what I'm thinking, guys? I just started thinking about this a little bit. I'm thinking maybe the gats should be on the sides over here. And then the main gun should be forward, a midship straight up above this. Which means we're going to run a line straight across here. So let's do a... And we could actually line it up with this too. Like that. And then this here we can swap with this and move back to there and have a conveyor line that comes up. No, I think we should have something else here. Ah, the bathrooms and stuff. But we have that. We can keep the survival kit here and keep the cargo container here and just bring everything up some. So we're gonna do this really quick. Ah! And let's, yeah, why not? Oh, you know what we could do right here is where we could have a recharge, or no, we could have a recharger down below and put the cargo container up above with an access up here, which we could access from there. So that works out really nice. So let's go ahead and get that done. And to do this, we're going to need this to go here. And then we're going to do... This is going to come right here. Ah! Like that. Okay, so now I need... Alright, so now we need to get the Gatling gun back. It's more of a maze now. It really is. Alright, so we need the Gat back, and that's going to go right here for now. We'll swap it out, but right now I just want a weapon system up here. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Ah! That's frustrating. Hey Minuteman, how you doing? Gosh, you caught me right almost at the end. We're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. I hope you're doing well. We're just sitting here waiting for the stupid exposure level to go down. Alright, let's get back. Alright, let's get up here. I want to get this thing set up here. Let's see. We're going to run down here. Station's off for now. Default, we'll go to weapons, and then, yeah, so that works out nice. Alright, let's drop down. Oh, I forgot to give it ammunition, which is kind of useful. Alright, so then this is going to go away, so... Alright. We'll drop all this stuff in here. Ow. Okay. Okay, so you're full. Alright then, no problem. Alright, we got this all loaded up in there. Now, we're going to run over here. I know we got a whole bunch of stuff to grind down over there, but I want to be able to get, before we wrap this up, I have a plan of what I want to get done, and we're going to need this stuff to do it. And that is, I want to get one of those rechargers set up here, and it is one of those things that when I do my my salvage rules, because they're hard to come by and it's kind of almost a quality of life block, I like to be able to include that. What am I missing? Interior plates. Okay. What do I need? Where are we at with interior plates? Oh, I thought we... Oh yeah, we do. We have some right here. Alright, now we can set this thing up. Alright, there we go. Ah, we need displays. Pretty sure I saw some of those somewhere. Where did I see those? Oh, okay, maybe we don't have displays. Ah, yeah, we do. Haha, I knew it. I knew they had to be somewhere. Alright. Now let's get these set up. Alright, got that in place. Just gonna pile more of this stuff, ow, into these. Alright, cool. Alright, it's coming together, guys. It's coming together. It just takes a little bit more work. But that's okay. And it was really good to see you there, Minuteman. Glad to see that you're fine. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up and call it an episode. Yeah, we got some more stuff next episode. We're definitely going to... Ow! Well, first of all, while I'm talking, we're going to definitely put a lid on this thing. I want to get the roof in place. I want to be able to get a little bit more greeble on there, get some windows in there, and start working on some of the interior of this vehicle. And then but here's the thing, I also want to get our salvage set up in the back there so that we have it for our base. Because even though this is going to be our long-range, heavy-duty scrap rover, I still want to be able to get our base set up. We're going to need that because we need to have a ship to get out of here too. We're going to go ahead and keep the helm here, even though it's, you know, really not necessary, but we're going to do it. So, the only place we got where we could sleep is in the cockpit. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Oh, yeah, wait, before we go and do that, do we have any food, or else next time's gonna be bad? Ah, okay, well, we're gonna have a food problem. That'll be our first problem. And as you can see, it's already begun. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on Space Engineer Scrapyard Pirate's Life. Thanks for popping in a minute, man. Thanks for all your comments, by the way. And I'll catch everybody on the next episode. Bye.